Alright, kickflip. It's probably one of the next closest tricks you're going to learn after the ollie. Pretty fun, but it's very frustrating and somewhat complicated if you've never done them before or have no clue what you're doing. So, alright, so the foot setup is going to be at a pointed angle. I like to put it like right below my front bolts, and the back foot, wherever you're comfortable. I like to put it at the tip of my tail, but when you start off, you don't want to put it at like, resting on the back tail. And what you're gonna do is you need to pop it for this trick. It can't be just one of those things when you just hit the ground and try flicking it. It's not gonna work that way. You have to pop and commit. So you pop it, and you need to get off the ground. And then, like when you're right about, like as soon as you're popping it, you flick off. I like to flick off the pocket. It's easier that way instead of flicking all the way up there, because it could get all messed up sometimes when you're first learning it. So you flick off the pocket, and then you're going to watch the board come around, and then you're going to catch it and land it right away. But when you first learn them, you're going to be doing them stationary, and you're not going to be able to watch them come around because that's going to take a while. So just commit, let it flip, commit. And the worst that's really going to happen to you is the primo, landing in primo, and it could hurt sometimes, but most of the time it'll just like fall out like that, or if you're lucky you'll probably just land them, and it's really not a problem. I was always afraid of landing in primo, but
sucked it up.
It's nothing big. So most important part, just make sure you have pop in your kickflip. And once it's off the ground, you're going to flick it right off this pocket. So just remember that, and that should be fine.
And also one thing that I find that works a lot, if you're landing with only your front foot, and like you're committing, then jump forward, and that's what I do. So try to jump forward, and you'll get it over the bolts, and also it might help you with landing with that one foot. Alright, so now I'll go over common problems. There's quite a few common problems with this trick. The major one that I want to go over first is just landing with one foot. Whether it's your back foot and you're landing like that, or your front foot and you're landing like that. And now both of them can be commitment, because that was my biggest problem. And so it's like, you might think that landing with your back foot is like you're committing it, that you're just not landing it, but it's like, I would try to land it with a certain foot, so that's how it's like not committing. And so it might just be fear of landing the trick, and so you're just not committing. Except, and one thing that I found helped me, actually might sound a little like weird, so it's like imagine yourself like doing the trick kind of. It's like, to fix the problem in general, you might want to jump a little bit. If you have a good ollie and you do it, you're not going to have to jump, but at first you might want to jump. And try to aim over the bolts, so you're not going to do that again at first. And also always keep your shoulders parallel, because at first I used to face like forward when I did it, and I would do kickflips exchanges. And it took me a while to find out what I was doing wrong. So that's one problem. And like, if you're landing one foot and you are committing, then basically just try to like control the foot that's not landing on the board. And for over rotating, just flick a little softer. And for under rotating, flick a little harder.